Wealth does not begin with the numbers in your account. It begins with the illusion you build around yourself. The world does not reward truth. It rewards perception. Those who appear powerful are treated as powerful long before they actually become so. To rise from nothing, you must learn to control how others see you, because perception shapes reality faster than effort alone ever could. People believe what they see, and they rarely question what they want to believe. If you appear confident, capable, and destined for greatness, they will supply the proof for you. They will hand you opportunities, speak your name in rooms you've never entered, and pave paths you never asked for. The first step to getting rich, then, is not earning. It is appearing worthy of wealth. When you have nothing, your greatest weapon is presentation. How you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you move, all these become currency. The poor man who looks defeated remains invisible. The one who walks with intent, even if his pockets are empty, draws eyes. People do not see what is real, they see what they expect. You must train them to expect greatness from you. Even silence, when used well, becomes an aura of authority. A calm voice, deliberate movements, and unshakable composure can convince others that you already possess what they lack. And once they believe it, they will act accordingly. This is the first illusion of wealth, confidence as capital. Understand this truth. Society runs on perception. Value itself is perception. A piece of paper only becomes money because the world agrees it has worth. A brand becomes luxury because people agree it is exclusive. You must use this same law on yourself. Create a brand from your name, an image from your ambition. Dress with precision, not extravagance. Speak with purpose, not noise. Every detail communicates something, and the wise use those details to manipulate the minds of others. You are not lying when you shape perception. You are simply crafting reality in advance. Every empire was first a fantasy made believable. To control perception, you must first control yourself. Chaos within you reveals itself without. If you doubt your value, the world will sense it like blood in the water. Discipline becomes the armor that hides uncertainty. You must build an inner calm so that no matter what your situation is, you project stability. When you appear unshaken by hardship, others assume you have power, resources, or a plan. They begin to treat you as someone significant, and treatment soon becomes truth. The more they invest belief in you, the less you will need to explain yourself. Power thrives on mystery. Wealth grows in the shadows of controlled narratives. Never reveal everything. Transparency is for those who have nothing to lose. When you start with nothing, you cannot afford to be predictable. Speak less than you know, show less than you own, and let others imagine the rest. Their imagination will always be more generous than your reality. When they believe you are worth more than you are, doors open. When they underestimate you, use it to strike from the dark. The art of wealth is the art of disguise, appearing stronger, smarter, and more essential than the next person. In this game, humility is often a mask for weakness, and arrogance without results is suicide. You must find the middle path, projecting quiet power. Those who shout about success are rarely in control. Those who act as if success is their natural state attract the world's resources without begging for them. Let others chase attention, you chase perception. Attention fades, but perception shapes destiny. Once you master perception, reality begins to bend. People will invest in you, not because they know your worth, but because they fear missing out on your rise. They will trust your words, follow your lead, and call your ambition vision. And as their belief grows, so will your opportunities. This is how wealth begins, not with money, but with mastery over how the world sees you. When you have nothing, you cannot afford to overlook anything. Every fragment of opportunity, every sliver of connection, every drop of time becomes a weapon in your arsenal. The world is not designed to hand success to those who wait. It rewards those who see power where others see nothing. Most people waste their small advantages because they believe they are insignificant. But the truth is that every empire began with scraps. The difference between the poor and the powerful is not resources. It is perception of value. A man with nothing but cunning and hunger can outmaneuver one with wealth but no awareness. To get rich from nothing, you must treat every advantage as sacred and every obstacle as a tool waiting to be bent to your will. When you have no money, your mind becomes your currency. Knowledge, skill, and observation are forms of capital that cannot be stolen, only sharpened. Learn how people think, how systems operate, and how to manipulate both to your benefit. Study not for certificates but for leverage. A person who understands how others move can control them without their knowing. Information is a silent weapon, cheap to acquire, devastating to use. The one who sees a second layer in every situation already holds the upper hand. Never waste time doing what others do mindlessly. Dissect why they do it and where their weaknesses lie. The world is full of blind patterns, and if you can see through them, even your smallest move becomes strategic. Relationships are another underestimated advantage. You do not need wealth to connect with those who have it. You need value. Offer what others lack, even if it's loyalty, efficiency, or discretion. The powerful always need allies they can trust in silence. Align yourself with strength, learn from it, and use proximity as education. Observe how the rich operate, how they speak, how they move money without touching it. People underestimate the power of observation because it demands patience. But the one who watches with intent gathers invisible assets, knowledge, timing, intuition, that eventually transform into tangible rewards. Every connection you make should serve a purpose. Never attach yourself emotionally, attach strategically. Even kindness can be a tactic when directed with precision. Time, too, is an advantage that most squander. When you start from nothing, your time is not yet owned by anyone. Use it as a weapon. While others waste hours on distractions, you must convert time into skill, skill into leverage, and leverage into power. Work when others sleep, plan when others play. The illusion of rest is a luxury for those who already control the board. You are still building your position, and every second counts. Even the smallest consistent actions compound. Knowledge read daily, discipline practiced hourly, focus maintained relentlessly. The world calls it obsession. History calls it foundation. Appear harmless until your strike matters. Those with power rarely expect challenge from those beneath them. Use this blindness to your advantage. Let them underestimate you. It grants you freedom. The moment they believe you cannot win is the moment you become most dangerous. Subtlety is the art of the self-made. Never show your hand too early. Speak less, act with purpose, and let your results reveal themselves only when the gain is irreversible. Every small advantage, when hidden and multiplied, becomes a force they cannot block. The poor often wait for ideal conditions before moving. The wise exploit what is already in front of them. If you have a single skill, amplify it. If you have only time, master patience. If you have only hunger, use it as fire. There is no such thing as nothing. For the strategic mind, only unrefined opportunity. The street teaches faster than school. Failure teaches clearer than success. Use humiliation as motivation, rejection as data, and loss as refinement. Every misstep becomes a lesson when studied coldly, and every lesson adds to your invisible fortune. In the game of survival, advantage is not something given. It is something taken, carved out through awareness and audacity. The world is indifferent to fairness, but it respects competence. Exploit every tool, every situation, and every weakness around you without apology. When others complain about the system, you learn to bend it. When they wait for blessings, you move in silence. When they dream, you act. That is how the powerless rise, by turning small advantages into irreversible control. Emotion is the most expensive luxury the poor cannot afford. Feelings cloud judgment, distort logic, and slow decision-making. To rise from nothing, you must become the master of your emotions, not their servant. Every empire that collapsed began with a moment of emotional weakness. Anger mistaken for power, love mistaken for loyalty, pride mistaken for confidence. The one who can detach from emotion gains the ability to act with precision, while others act with impulse. Strategy demands clarity, and clarity cannot coexist with chaos. You must train your mind to see the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. The universe does not care for fairness or feeling. It bends only to those who move with reason and intent. To build wealth from nothing, you must first conquer yourself. When you have nothing, emotions are both a comfort and a trap. Anger at your circumstances, envy of others, despair from failure. All these are poisons disguised as passion. They consume your energy, your focus, your time. Every moment spent feeling is a moment lost acting. The disciplined mind transforms those same emotions into motion, using them as fuel, not weight. The wise man does not suppress his emotions. He studies them like weapons, sharp, dangerous, and to be used sparingly. He learns when to show warmth and when to withhold it, when to appear loyal and when to detach completely. Emotion becomes a mask worn at will, not a truth that governs him. Sentimentality destroys strategy. Most people lose because they make decisions out of attachment. To people, to comfort, to ideals that no longer serve them. They keep unprofitable relationships because of history. They cling to failing ventures because of pride. They chase validation instead of power. To detach from emotion is to cut away weakness. It is not cruelty, it is precision. You cannot save everyone, and you cannot please everyone. Every alliance must be measured by its outcome, every decision by its consequence. The world rewards those who can act with calm while others drown in feeling. The ability to remain unshaken while chaos erupts around you is a form of wealth far greater than money. Charm is a tool, not a truth. Use it to disarm, not to bond. Learn to read others' emotions even as you control your own. Most people are led by their feelings, and in that weakness lies opportunity. Observe how easily they reveal themselves, what angers them, what flatters them, what they crave to hear. By understanding emotion but not succumbing to it, you gain power over those who cannot control it. Manipulation is not evil when it is the only language the world respects. Those who are easily moved by emotion become instruments for those who are not. Detachment allows you to move through any situation with calm calculation, transforming chaos into advantage. There will be times when emotion tempts you to act prematurely, to strike out of rage, to boast out of pride, to chase comfort over progress. Resist every impulse that does not serve your long-term vision. The path to wealth demands sacrifice, and emotion is often the first offering. Cold logic may feel harsh, but it builds lasting empires where passion builds fleeting moments. Detachment is not about being heartless. It is about prioritizing outcomes over feelings. You can care, but you cannot let care control. You can love, but you cannot let love weaken your direction. The world does not bend for your emotions, so why should your strategy? To obey strategy is to accept that the game is won through patience, not impulse. Plans take time to unfold and emotions demand immediacy. The disciplined mind understands timing, knowing when to act and when to wait. The impatient fall because they mistake movement for progress. Strategy is the art of restraint, the ability to let others act first while you calculate the aftermath. Every decision must serve your purpose. If it doesn't, it must be abandoned, no matter how emotionally tempting it seems. Those who rise from nothing do not do so by chance. They do so by replacing emotion with method, chaos with structure, and desire with discipline. Detachment does not mean isolation. It means clarity. It means walking through betrayal without losing balance, through failure without losing purpose, through success without losing focus. Emotions come and go, but outcomes endure. You cannot control the world until you control yourself, and control begins when you no longer need to feel before you act. The greatest mistake of the weak is to chase comfort before power. Comfort is the reward of control, not its foundation. Those who seek ease before strength become servants to those who endure discomfort first. When you start with nothing, your only true asset is your capacity to suffer strategically. You must be willing to live in discomfort while you construct the structures that later sustain comfort. The world deceives you into believing that happiness is the goal, but happiness without power is fragile. The moment someone else controls your income, your environment, or your opportunities, your comfort becomes a leash. To be rich is to be free from dependence, and freedom demands power. Power, in turn, is born from the willingness to sacrifice pleasure for progress. In the beginning, you will be tempted to imitate those who already live in luxury, to buy the image before you own the reality. This is how most people stay poor. They confuse symbols of power for power itself. They wear wealth instead of building it, and in doing so, they remain trapped in cycles of appearance. Real power is silent. It does not beg for validation or admiration. It moves in the shadows, accumulates in silence, and reveals itself only when it no longer needs permission. To build power, you must delay gratification, resist every urge for temporary relief, and pour your effort into creating leverage instead of comfort. The bed can wait. The empire cannot. Discomfort sharpens the mind in ways that ease never will. When you have nothing, every hour of discomfort is training. It hardens you against fear, pressure, and failure. Those who run from pain remain weak. Those who face it grow immune to it. You must treat suffering as currency, an investment that pays in control. Each moment you endure what others avoid, you gain an edge. The world eventually bends to those who have built endurance through hardship. Power respects pain because pain proves commitment. When others quit, you remain. That is how dominance is built, not through talent or luck, but through persistence while others collapse. To build power, you must also understand systems. Money flows where influence lives, and influence is born from control over resources, people, or ideas. Learn the structure of the world, how institutions, hierarchies, and networks operate. Knowledge of systems grants invisible authority. While others chase jobs, chase positions that give leverage. While others beg for opportunities, create them. Power multiplies through understanding, and understanding is earned through observation and patience. You cannot skip this process. You must build your roots before you display your branches. When you control the source of value, you no longer need to chase comfort. It follows naturally. Comfort is seductive because it mimics success. A small taste of stability can make you forget your hunger. The rent is paid, the clothes are clean, the distractions plentiful, and slowly your ambition decays. You begin to accept mediocrity disguised as peace. But comfort without security is illusion. It vanishes the moment someone with more power decides it should. To build wealth that lasts, you must value control over convenience. Every dollar should be a soldier serving a larger mission, not a ticket to temporary relief. The disciplined understand this truth. Spend to strengthen your position, not to soothe your emotions. Power also demands solitude. Comfort thrives in noise and company. Power grows in silence and focus. The road to control is often lonely because few can understand the sacrifices it demands. While others laugh and rest, you must plan, learn, and act. There will be nights of exhaustion and isolation, days when you question if it's worth it. That is the test. The moment you choose discipline over distraction, you begin to shift from dependent to dominant. Every sacrifice of comfort is an investment in permanence. Comfort fades, power compounds. You must build an inner structure of control before you seek external luxury. The man who rules himself cannot be ruled by anyone else. Discipline, foresight, and endurance are the materials of true wealth. When you build power first, you ensure that comfort, when it comes, cannot be taken from you. But if you chase comfort first, you will spend your life working to keep what others can destroy in a moment. Power must always precede pleasure, because pleasure without power is borrowed, and what is borrowed can always be reclaimed. The path to wealth is not a sprint, it is a long, deliberate game of endurance and control. Those who rise from nothing do so not by moving the fastest, but by moving with purpose. Every action, every silence, every alliance must serve a future that others cannot yet see. Impatience is the enemy of power. The masses crave instant gratification, quick money, quick status, quick validation. And in their hunger, they sell their potential for short-term comfort. The few who become truly rich understand that real success is built over time, through patience sharpened by discipline and vision protected by restraint. The long game requires a ruthless commitment to your end goal, no matter how many distractions or temptations appear along the way. When you play the long game, you stop chasing moments and start building momentum. Each small victory is a brick in a fortress you are constructing. You do not measure progress by applause or recognition, but by the quiet strengthening of your position. The weak reveal themselves through their need to be seen. The strong grow silently until their presence can no longer be ignored. Patience is not passive, it is strategic waiting. It means holding back when others rush, observing when others act blindly, and executing when the timing ensures success. The world belongs to those who understand timing, because timing is power disguised as patience. To play the long game ruthlessly, you must also think in layers. Each decision should serve multiple purposes: immediate survival, mid-term progress, and long-term control. Do not act for the pleasure of today, act for the dominance of tomorrow. When you sacrifice now, you purchase freedom later. The man who understands this never feels desperate, because every delay is part of his design. The undisciplined see waiting as weakness, the wise see it as warfare. Every move you make should extend your influence, even if the reward is invisible for years. This is how the powerful operate. They plant seeds no one notices, then harvest empires while others are still searching for shortcuts. Ruthlessness in the long game does not mean cruelty for its own sake, it means unwavering focus. It means cutting off anything that slows your ascent: unproductive habits, emotional attachments, irrelevant goals. Every resource, including your time and energy, must be guarded with the precision of a king protecting his crown. You cannot play long if you waste yourself on people and pursuits that yield nothing. The ruthless do not hate, they simply prioritize. They understand that sentimentality drains energy that should be used for strategy. To rise from nothing, you must become immune to distraction and deaf to the noise of lesser minds. You must accept that patience will isolate you, but isolation sharpens clarity. Those who master the long game view failure differently. To the impatient, failure is the end; to the strategic, it is data. Each setback reveals weakness, exposes flaws, and refines judgment. Every loss is an instruction manual for power. The difference between the defeated and the dominant lies in interpretation. Most react emotionally to failure, the few study it coldly and adapt. In time, adaptation becomes instinct, and instinct becomes mastery. Playing the long game means you never truly lose. You only learn faster than others recover. Wealth, influence, and control eventually gravitate toward those who outlast everyone else. Discipline is the soul of the long game. Without it, vision decays. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when progress feels invisible, when the path appears endless. These are the tests that separate builders from dreamers. The builder understands that consistency compounds in silence. Every hour spent improving, every decision made with foresight, every sacrifice accepted without complaint adds invisible interest to your future. When the world finally notices your success, they will call it sudden. But nothing about it will have been fast. You will have been preparing while they were chasing illusions. Playing the long game requires that you think generationally. The goal is not just to escape poverty, but to make sure it never touches your bloodline again. You build systems, not moments. You create wealth that outlives your name. To achieve that, you must learn to move without emotion, to wait without fear, to act without hesitation. The long game demands that you become both patient and merciless. Patient in waiting for the right moment, merciless in taking it when it arrives. The future bends to those who plan beyond the moment and execute without apology. To rise from nothing and achieve true wealth is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of design. The path is not for the emotional, the impatient, or the comfortable. It belongs to those who understand that power must be built before pleasure, that perception must be crafted before possession, and that every small advantage, no matter how insignificant it seems, can be forged into strength. Wealth is not simply money, it is control over your time, your emotions, your image, and your destiny. The journey begins in the mind long before it appears in reality. You must learn to shape how others see you, to act with cold precision instead of feeling, to delay gratification while the world rushes toward distraction. Every move must be intentional, every setback studied, every gain protected. The rich are not born with different blood. They are forged in the fire of strategy, patience, and self-mastery. Play the long game with unshakable focus. Build silently, strike deliberately, and carry yourself as if the crown already rests on your head. For the world does not grant wealth to those who wish for it. It yields it to those who take it, those who command reality through vision, discipline, and will. The art of getting rich from nothing is not about chasing money. It is about becoming the kind of person money cannot ignore.